So we are here at the Merdeka Square in Kuala Lumpur. There's a number of buildings here I see. We've just done some recording to the right of me, to the left of you that is. And now we're recording here in front of this. It shows, I think, the Tower Merdeka. So I've learned now as well in Indonesia, in Malay, that they kind of say street and then the name. Okay, so they say the noun first and then the name of the street first, like Jalan Pudu, for example. So Jalan is the street and Pudu is in the name of the street. Okay, so like in this case as well, it's we will say, well, at least in English you say Merdeka Square, right? But now in this case I say the Taren Merdeka. Now I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I need to check up, but the Taren is then the word for square, so it's square Merdeka kind of, right? So that is, it's like taman is the word for, I don't know, I need to ask just the pronunciation, because it can be taman or it can be taman, I don't exactly know, right? But anyhow, so terima kasih, thank you, just by the way, and then they will answer sama-sama, okay, not sama-sama, sama-sama. Kind of, okay, but so taman, or whichever way you pronounce that word, is in garden. So where we went to Perdana yesterday, it's the Taman Botani Perdana, which ultimately it's garden taman. And I did it wrong yesterday because I looked from the English way of doing it. It's like botanical garden, but it's actually garden botanical and then the name of it. And now Perdana actually kind of mean main, or the main kind of as well. So that's like within garden botanical main kind of, but we would say the main botanical, or the principal can have that meaning as well, botanical garden kind of. Okay, just a little bit of a lesson here in Malay. Actually, Malay has quite a number of words, and the same in Afrikaans as well. So here and there, because of Dutch influence, we can't find that. Like in Bahasa, Indonesia, right? And a number of Malay servants slaves who were taken to the Cape area, Cape Town, and where a lot of Afrikaans words ultimately came from. Potang and a few other words. Anyhow, so let's continue after that kind of a language lesson. I hope it's interesting as well. Let's continue with John chapter 8. So Jesus said in verse 15, you judge according to the flesh, I judge no one. Verse 16, yet even if I do judge, my judgment is true, for it is not I alone who judge, but I and the Father who sent me. So immediately he's saying, and even if I do judge, right? Again, it's not that he needs to judge. I already explained these words. It's already enough judgment because it's clear, right? It's clear. Okay, so it's not that one day Jesus needs to come back and say, okay, you're going to hell and you're going to, show us why. So, but my words, I don't need to really judge. My words are already enough judgment on you. Okay, but then Jesus just continued, because he did, in verse 15, he did judge them in the beginning of the verse. So he said, even if I do judge you, right, I know, right, since I know who I am, okay, it's true, okay, I know he didn't say it in this case, but he said it in verse 14, so my judgment is true, right, and the reason in this case, not only why it's true, because I know where I'm coming from, where I'm going kind of idea, right, but because it's ultimately not I alone who judge you, but the Father who sent me. Okay, so I know the Father, I know where I'm from, I know where I'm going, and I know who the Father is, and the Father is ultimately judging you, and I'm judging you as a Father is judging you, so therefore my judgment is correct. Okay? So it's, again, this idea, Jesus standing here, it's not like he needs a court of law, you are guilty because you didn't listen to my words, you didn't believe me, why? And that's enough judgment. That's plain, enough judgment. That in itself will judge you. Verse 17, in your law it's written that the testimony of two people is true. So now Jesus is going to, like, law in their law, he's going to come to their level, on their level, as lawyers, the Pharisees teaching the law, going to say, but you know, in your law it states that the witness of two. You know, if two say the same thing, then that's true. Okay, now we know these days people can be bought in anything, but I'm pretty sure in those days it would have been possible as well. But in general, notwithstanding, the law still said two people say the same thing, the witness is true. Or the testimony is true. Verse 18, I am the one who bears witness about myself, and the Father who sent me bears witness about me. So here, two witnesses for you. I am a witness because, you know, you can bear witness about yourself. It's not the Fifth Amendment in America or something like that. I mean, you can take it, but you can still bear witness, be a witness in your own case as well. Okay? And the Father who sent me, he bears witness about me. So who are the two witnesses in this case? In earlier case you spoke about the signs, the witness, John the Baptist, the witness, Moses speaking about him as a witness. Now he's saying, I am the witness, because he just said, I know where I'm from, and then therefore what I'm saying is true. And the Father is bearing witness about me. Okay, I mean, how higher can you go? You can't go higher than the authority of the Father. It's impossible. It is impossible, right? Utterly impossible.